Can you freeze hard-boiled eggs? I came upon a 25-pound bucket of hard-boiled eggs. Now, what am I going to do with 25 pounds of eggs? I was going to make pickled eggs. But I went looking on the internet, and everybody says you can't store pickled eggs at room temperature, which doesn't make any sense at all to me, because they're sitting there in the grocery store at room temperature all day long. So why not? Okay, maybe not the grocery store, gas stations and whatnot. Anyway, so what am I going to do with these eggs? Can I freeze eggs? Again, look all over the internet, and it seems like one of these things that everybody knows the answer and nobody has any evidence whatsoever of it. Everybody says no. Or, yes, you can, but just the yolks. Why? Because the whites get, I've either heard watery or tough. The watery seems weird to me because an egg is a cell. It's not made up of cells, so it doesn't have cell membranes to get punctured by the ice crystals, causing it to leak and get watery, like strawberries might. So that didn't make any sense. And tough eggs, well, I don't know. To me, that's a feature, not a bug, because I want my boiled egg to have some chew to it. So I froze my eggs to see what would happen. And this is the evidence that I couldn't find on the internet. To start off with, they do not look appetizing. They turn this, well, I don't know what color that is because I'm colorblind, but they're not white anymore. They don't look particularly appetizing. When you rinse off some of the frost, you see that the whites have gotten translucent. You can see the yolks through it. So that was weird. Doesn't start off looking good. So I set these out on the counter and put them in. And so it's been about 5 hours now sitting out on the counter. They're finally thawed through. They did not fare well. They don't look nearly as good as when they went into the freezer, but they're not bad. They're not clear anymore. They're white, so that's good. Now, as for the wateriness, I don't know how much of that, maybe a tablespoon, I don't know how much of that was the frost melting off and how much of it was the egg itself. Don't know. So I'm going to see what this thing is like. I have no clue what it's like inside. All right, the initial cut, the skin seemed a little tougher than normal, but the rest of it seemed to cut fairly nice. Oh, that's interesting. So the whites did not fare well. Let's give it a taste. You know what? It is tough. It is the consistency of tofu skin. Flavor's fine. Consistency is all wrong. It's not a boiled egg anymore. That is interesting. The yolks, perfectly fine. Exactly as you'd expect. The whites, not so much. I am not sure what I will do with that, but I don't hate them. They're just not, they're not the texture you want when you get a boiled egg. Let's see if this one's the same. Yep, pretty much. That's an interesting effect. I did not expect that. Well, there you go. Now you know. You can freeze eggs. Whether or not you get what you want out of the deal, well, you're going to have to figure that out yourself.